The biggest challenge is how do you exploit? I have given it as a pictorial representation of this layering. Let us assume that this is where ancient riverbed systems are. They are not here on the ground floor, they are here at the underground. Now, let me suggest you a possibility where obviously what you see here earlier, as I said, the riverbeds were very deep, and riverbeds, the most important thing is that they also have fine sand. Wherever you go, wherever you see during summer season, if the rivers are dried, what you see is just a riverbed, but you take a good look at it, it's all sand, because river moves the soil and it keeps just the way the beaches were formed because of the continuous action of the water on the soil. In the same way, the riverbed is also getting acted upon, and all the riverbeds completely, they have sand in there in that particular area, and that's why you have sand mafia, sand mining, which happens. So let us assume that the riverbeds were like this, and it is completely filled with how should we say, sand, and over millions of years this sand got deposits kept happening, and what we are now situated is here. Now I give you a proposition where I replace this sand with oil. Let us assume there was oil here instead of the sand. What would you do? You would be wondering why I'm supplanting sand with oil. One is solid, another is liquid. Agreed, they are different as chalk and cheese. But most important commonality between sand and oil is they are homogeneous in nature. One may be liquid, another may be solid, but they are homogeneous in nature. In the sense, just the way you suck out oil, you can suck sands also. You see these dredging vessels which are in the middle of the sea. You see all those artificial islands which are formed. They are not formed by bringing the sand from the landmass. No. You have these dredges which have powerful suction pumps which suck the sand from the seafloor, and it is used for forming the artificial islands. So if I tell you that there were oil here, what would you do? Even if it is a few hundred meters down below, you would drill and suck it out. And generally, what you do, and the same way, you can drill and suck all this sand out. But generally, when you do oil drilling, after sucking it out, it becomes hollow, and you do not want this roof to collapse, so you fill this up with gas, yeah, so that the terra firma does not get affected. But here we would want this roof to collapse. You just suck this sand out, create the hollow, and leave it. Just the weight would act on it, and possibly the next monsoon itself, the entire roof would collapse. So this ancient river flow system which was there underground would get imprinted on the surface. So the entire river flow system which was underground would come up, come alive, get imprinted on the surface. And that is how you can bring the ancient river flow system, if at all it is existing underground, you can bring it up. And these sand that you're going to suck out, it is a great rich resource. That we have sands on the beach also, but it is of a very poor quality, cannot be used for construction purposes. As of now, many cities are struggling with good quality sand for construction. And that's why you see all this sand mafia, sand mining mafia happening. So this would be a veritable yellow gold, literally. If oil is black gold, this is yellow gold, and you can use it for any other means. Plus, when you hollow it out, now you have the river flow system, which was underground, would come up on the ground level zero. Now, it's good to say, let us assume that there are ancient river flow systems, but Indian landmass is such a huge landmass. Where would you want to go and drill? So you need to find out what are the locations. And let me take, you may have seen these fossil dig sites, even in Indian landmass plate. You would see these, most of these dig sites are far, far away where there is no, how should we say, infrastructure, no inhabitants. It's in some God-forsaken place. Why is that? That is because all the extinct species, they were not, they obviously would be where, even if they were herbivores, they would be where plants are, and plants are where river flow system is. And wherever there are herbivores, there are carnivores, because herbivores come for water. But these river flow systems are not the current river flow system which are flowing southeasternly. They would be flowing northwest, northward direction. So obviously, all the lifestyle systems were along these river flow systems. So obviously, when you try and go and dig for dinosaurs, they are in godforsaken places. So it's important for you to know where to drill, where to dig, where these ancient river flow systems are there. So, what is the methodology?